We live in a world that celebrates noise. It tells us that the louder we are, the more visible and the more validated we will become. Social media, advertising, even everyday conversations reinforce the idea that success is measured by how much attention you get. But the truth is far more profound. The kind of success that lasts, the kind that transforms your life, doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need applause or recognition. Real success is born in silence. It is cultivated quietly, in the moments when no one is watching, when the world is busy chasing distractions, and when your only company is your own commitment. This is the essence of silent discipline, and it is the secret to creating unstoppable growth in your life. Silent discipline begins with consistency. It's the choice to show up every day, even when it feels uncomfortable or unrecognized. Every small effort you make, waking up early to focus, dedicating time to learn, refining your skills, matters more than you can imagine. These moments may seem insignificant, but over time they compound. They shape your character, sharpen your focus, and quietly prepare you for extraordinary results. The people who achieve greatness are rarely the ones making the loudest announcements. They are the ones who persist, who keep moving forward even when it seems no one is noticing, who understand that real growth happens quietly, steadily, and intentionally. A key part of this journey is learning to focus on what truly matters. When you stop chasing recognition, validation, or praise, you reclaim your energy. You start making choices based on your vision and values rather than the expectations of others. This focus allows you to invest your time and energy in meaningful actions instead of wasting it on superficial distractions. The ability to prioritize what serves your goals, to resist drama, and to dedicate yourself fully to your own path is the hallmark of those who grow quietly yet powerfully. Patience is another essential element. In a culture of instant results, it's easy to give up when progress isn't immediate or visible. But silent discipline teaches you that lasting success cannot be rushed. Each small, deliberate step forward adds up. Each moment of persistence, each decision to keep going despite obstacles strengthens your resolve. Over time, these patient, consistent efforts produce results that are undeniable, resilient, and far more meaningful than anything achieved through shortcuts or loud displays. Ultimately, results speak louder than words. Silent discipline ensures that your life becomes living proof of your commitment. You do not need to broadcast your efforts or seek approval. The impact of your consistent work will eventually be clear. The quiet, focused energy you cultivate, the habits you build, and the discipline you maintain all contribute to a success that is unstoppable because it is earned and undeniable. So, if you are ready to rise above the noise, to protect your energy, and to trust the process of consistent growth, silent discipline is your key. It is the path to real achievement, the strategy that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results, and the mindset that allows you to grow quietly while creating an unstoppable future. We live in a world that celebrates loudness. Social media tells us that the louder you are, the more successful you must be. But I want to share a secret with you today, a truth that has transformed my life and the lives of countless people I've met along the way. True success, the kind that lasts, isn't about making noise. It isn't about showing off your achievements every day. It's about silent discipline. It's about doing the work when no one is watching, growing quietly, and trusting yourself to stay committed even when it's hard. Silent discipline is powerful because it's consistent. It's easy to get excited and start something with a bang, but what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to show up every single day, no matter how small the effort feels. You see, consistency in silence compounds over time. Every action you take quietly, every decision to resist distractions, every choice to focus on your goals, it all adds up. And eventually it reaches a tipping point. People notice the results, not the noise you made while getting there. When you choose silent discipline, you are prioritizing focus over fame, So many of us fall into the trap of seeking validation, looking for applause, wanting everyone to see our every step. But real growth happens in private. The hours you spend practicing, learning, improving, these are the moments that truly define your future. Your dedication doesn't need an audience. Your results don't need a spotlight. What matters is that you honor your own process, that you respect your own commitment. And let me tell you, there's a beauty in that. There's freedom in doing something because it matters to you, not because it will impress someone else. Patience is your secret weapon. We live in a culture of instant gratification. We want things now, and when they don't happen, we give up. But those who succeed quietly understand that growth takes time. It's not about quick wins, it's about building foundations that last. Every small choice to stay disciplined, every moment of resisting the urge to take shortcuts is creating the version of yourself that is unstoppable. And yes, it's challenging. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when you feel invisible, when it seems like nothing is happening. But that is exactly when silent discipline proves its worth, because you keep going anyway. Energy is precious. When you live loudly, constantly seeking approval, you drain yourself. Silent discipline teaches you to conserve that energy for the work that matters. Avoid unnecessary drama. Avoid people who feed off distraction. Protect your focus. True strength doesn't need to be displayed. True strength is quiet, steady, unwavering. It's the ability to say no to what doesn't serve you so that you can say yes to your dreams. And finally, understand this, results speak louder than words. When you cultivate discipline quietly, your life becomes proof of your efforts. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your choices. The success you achieve will command attention. People will notice your growth not because you told them to, but because it is undeniable. There's a profound satisfaction in knowing that your journey, your commitment and your persistence have led you to a place that no one can take away from you. So, my friends, remember this: grow quietly, work diligently, and trust the process. Silent discipline is your superpower. When the world is shouting, you focus. When the world is distracted, you persist. When the world doubts, you rise. Your success doesn't need an audience. It needs your commitment. It needs your heart. It needs your unwavering belief in yourself. And when you live this way, unstoppable success isn't just possible, it's inevitable. So often we think that success is loud, that to be noticed, to be respected, we must constantly announce our victories, share every step on social media, or prove ourselves to the world. But let me tell you something that I have learned in my journey. The most powerful success comes quietly. It comes from discipline, from doing the work when no one is watching, and from trusting the process even when the results aren't immediate. Silent discipline is not about secrecy, it's about focus. It's about understanding that your energy is your most valuable asset, and where you invest it determines the life you build. Silent discipline begins with self-control. Every time you choose to rise early, to train your mind, to practice your craft, you are investing in your future. Every time you resist the temptation to take shortcuts or to chase distractions, you are building strength. The world will not always see these moments. Sometimes your efforts will feel invisible. But remember, it's in these quiet moments that greatness is forged. The consistency of your actions, not the applause you receive, determines your destiny. And the beauty of this is that no one can steal your dedication. No one can diminish the value of the work you put in behind the scenes. Focusing on your growth instead of validation is a game changer. When you stop looking for approval, you free yourself to make choices that actually matter. The world will always have opinions, people will always have expectations, but your path is yours alone. And when you commit to silent discipline, you learn the art of patience. Success rarely comes overnight. It is built brick by brick, day by day. Every small effort, every tiny improvement compounds over time. And before you know it, you have created something remarkable. Something that no one can take away from you. Something that is truly yours. Part of silent discipline is learning to protect your energy. Life is full of noise, distractions, negativity, drama. When you constantly engage in everything around you, you drain yourself. But when you cultivate discipline quietly, you learn to say no. You learn to prioritize what matters most. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your goals. Your energy becomes focused, your mind sharp, your actions powerful. And in that focus, you begin to grow in ways that others might never notice. Until one day, the results speak for themselves. Results are the ultimate proof of silent discipline. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to broadcast every effort. When your work is consistent, your growth will be visible. People will notice your achievements not because you shouted about them, but because they cannot ignore the impact you have made. And the satisfaction that comes from knowing you earned it quietly, without shortcuts, without drama, is unparalleled. It builds confidence, resilience, and an inner strength that no challenge can shake. So if there's one lesson I want you to take away today, it's this: grow quietly, focus deeply, and trust yourself. Silent discipline is not easy. It requires commitment, patience, and courage. But it is the path to unstoppable success. While others are busy seeking attention, you are busy building a foundation that lasts. While others are distracted, you are focused. While others are impatient, you are persistent. And when your moment comes, your success will be undeniable. You won't have to prove it. It will simply speak for itself. Your life will reflect your discipline, your choices, and your unwavering belief in yourself. And that, my friends, is the most powerful kind of success there is. Let me tell you something that is simple but powerful. Success is rarely loud. Most people believe that to achieve greatness, you have to announce yourself, compete with others, or constantly show the world what you are doing. But in reality, the kind of success that lasts, that builds empires, and that truly transforms your life comes from quiet, relentless discipline. It comes from waking up each day, making the right choices, and putting in the work even when no one is watching. Silent discipline is not about hiding your efforts. It's about protecting your focus, nurturing your growth, and trusting that your time and energy are worth more than attention or validation. When you practice silent discipline, you understand the value of consistency. Every day you choose to take a small step toward your goals. No matter how insignificant it may seem, you are laying a brick in the foundation of your future. It may feel invisible, it may feel slow, but that's the point. True progress is not instant. It is made of repeated actions done with intention and care. And when you commit to this quiet consistency, you start to notice something incredible. Your habits begin to define you, your results begin to speak, and your life slowly, inevitably changes. The beauty of growing quietly is that you free yourself from the need for approval. In a world obsessed with likes, shares, and recognition, the pressure to perform for others can be overwhelming. But when you focus on your own path, when you measure your progress by your own standards, you reclaim your power. You realize that validation is not something you earn from the world, it comes from within. Every time you stay disciplined, every time you resist distractions, every time you push yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. Patience becomes your greatest ally. Many people give up because results don't appear immediately, because the journey feels long, or because the world seems to reward those who are louder. But silent discipline teaches you that true achievement takes time. The slow, steady work, the quiet investment in your growth, the willingness to show up even when no one notices, these are the things that compound over time. And when the results finally arrive, they are stronger, more resilient, and far more meaningful than anything that comes from seeking shortcuts or attention. Energy is precious, and one of the greatest gifts of silent discipline is learning to protect it. By avoiding unnecessary drama, negative influences, and distractions, you conserve your strength for what truly matters. You learn to focus on your priorities, to nurture your goals, and to be intentional with every choice you make. The world will try to pull you in 100 directions, but those who succeed quietly know that their attention is their most powerful tool. By directing it wisely, they create extraordinary outcomes. And finally, results speak louder than words. When you cultivate discipline silently, your life becomes proof of your dedication. You don't need to announce it, you don't need to boast. The impact of your actions will become obvious, undeniable, and inspiring to others. People will look at your growth and realize that you achieved it through perseverance, focus, and commitment. And the satisfaction that comes from knowing you earned it quietly, that you built your success without drama or shortcuts, is unlike anything else in the world. So I want you to remember this: grow quietly, work diligently, and trust yourself. Silent discipline is not a weakness, it is your superpower. While others chase recognition, you are building excellence. While others seek applause, you are cultivating resilience. And when your moment comes, your success will be unstoppable, undeniable, and extraordinary, because it was built on the foundation of your unwavering commitment to yourself and your dreams. I want to share something with you that is simple yet life-changing. We often think that to achieve success, we need to be loud, visible, and constantly in the spotlight. We believe that recognition comes from showing everyone what we are doing, from proving ourselves to the world. But the truth is, the kind of success that truly lasts, the kind that transforms your life, comes from quiet, consistent effort. It comes from silent discipline. It comes from choosing to grow and improve even when no one is watching, even when there is no immediate reward or applause. This is the power that most people overlook, and it's the very thing that creates unstoppable success. Silent discipline begins with understanding that your daily choices define your future. Every time you decide to wake up early, focus on your craft, practice your skills, or push yourself beyond comfort, you are investing in something bigger than today. You are investing in yourself. And while these moments may seem small or unnoticed, they accumulate, they compound. Every quiet effort builds momentum, and over time it becomes something extraordinary. Success is not a single grand gesture. It is the result of countless small, consistent actions taken with purpose. One of the greatest lessons of silent discipline is learning to focus on your journey rather than seeking validation. The world is full of noise, opinions, and distractions, all pulling you in different directions. But when you stop chasing recognition, when you stop needing approval, you reclaim your energy. You start to make decisions based on what matters most to you, not on what others expect. This is freedom. Freedom to grow at your own pace, freedom to trust your process, and freedom to become the person you were always meant to be. Patience is a quiet strength. We live in a culture of instant results, of wanting success immediately. But those who master silent discipline know that real growth takes time. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening, when the world doesn't see your efforts, and when doubts creep in. But this is exactly when discipline becomes your anchor. Staying consistent, showing up every day, and trusting the process builds resilience. And the results, when they arrive, are far stronger, more lasting, and more meaningful than anything gained through shortcuts or loud declarations. Protecting your energy is another key part of this journey. When you live quietly and with intention, you learn to say no to distractions, to negativity, and to anything that does not serve your purpose. Your energy is precious, and when you channel it into focused action, the impact is remarkable. People may not notice your journey at first, but your results will eventually speak for themselves. And when they do, they will be undeniable. The final truth is this: results speak louder than words. You do not need to announce your efforts, explain your path, or seek validation. The work you put in quietly will shine on its own. Success earned through silent discipline is not only powerful, it is respected, admired, and inspiring. You become proof that greatness does not need an audience. You show the world that commitment, focus, and perseverance are what truly create unstoppable success. So, remember this: grow quietly, work with intention, and trust your journey. While others are distracted, you are building. While others seek recognition, you are cultivating excellence. While others give up when results don't appear immediately, you persist. And in the end, your success will not only be undeniable, it will be unstoppable. Because it was built on the foundation of your unwavering discipline, focus, and belief in yourself. This is the power of silent discipline, and it is the secret to achieving extraordinary results in life. We live in a world where it often feels like the loudest voices get the most attention. Social media, news, and even everyday life tell us that if we are not constantly proving ourselves, showing off our accomplishments, or making noise, we will be overlooked. But I want you to hear something today that might feel a little different. The most powerful, lasting success comes from silence. It comes from quiet discipline. It comes from showing up every day, focusing on your growth and trusting the process, even when no one is watching. Silent discipline is the secret superpower of those who achieve extraordinary results. Every small choice you make, every action you take when no one is looking, matters more than you realize. Waking up early, practicing your craft, reading, learning, pushing yourself to be better, these are the moments that truly define your journey. They may seem small, they may seem unnoticed, but that is the essence of silent discipline. It is about showing up consistently, not for recognition, but because you respect your own commitment to yourself and your dreams, and the power of this quiet consistency cannot be overstated. Over time, your efforts compound, your habits shape your character, and the results will eventually speak louder than anything you could say. Focusing on your own journey instead of seeking validation is one of the greatest gifts of silent discipline. When you stop comparing yourself to others, stop worrying about how you are perceived, and stop chasing applause, you reclaim your power. You learn to make choices based on what truly matters to you, not on what the world expects. You learn that growth is personal, progress is internal, and fulfillment comes from the work you put in, not from the recognition you receive. This is freedom. Freedom to pursue your goals authentically, freedom to focus on what truly matters, and freedom to build a life that reflects your values and your dreams. Patience is another key to mastering silent discipline. Success is rarely instant. Most achievements worth having are built over time through repeated effort, resilience, and persistence. There will be days when it feels like nothing is happening, when your hard work seems invisible, and when the world seems to reward those who are louder and flashier. But this is the moment to stay committed. Every quiet effort, every disciplined choice, every step forward matters. And eventually, your persistence will pay off in ways that are meaningful, sustainable, and undeniable. Protecting your energy is just as important. Life is full of distractions, negative influences, and drama. When you choose to live with silent discipline, you learn to guard your energy. You learn to say no to what does not serve your goals, and yes to what will move you closer to your vision. Focused energy is powerful energy, and when you use it wisely, your growth becomes unstoppable. People may not notice the work you are doing at first, but the results cannot be ignored. They will eventually recognize your dedication, and your success will speak for itself. Finally, remember this: the most remarkable achievements come from those who work quietly and consistently. You do not need to announce your journey or explain your choices. Your life will become a testament to your discipline, your focus, and your commitment. When you embrace silent discipline, your growth will be visible, your success will be respected, and your impact will be undeniable. While the world chases attention, you are building excellence. While the world seeks validation, you are cultivating mastery. And when your moment comes, your success will not only be visible, it will be unstoppable. So grow quietly, trust the process, and honor your journey. Silent discipline is not a weakness, it is the ultimate strength. It allows you to focus, to persist, and to create results that are extraordinary and lasting. The power of quiet, consistent action will carry you farther than any applause ever could, and it is this path that leads to truly unstoppable success.